PDubs Arcade Loft is a channel made by adults for adults.
Alright guys, it is final thoughts time. So what do I think about this controller adapter from Hyperkin?
Toasty!
At 12, god damn it, P-dubs.
He is gonna straight up murder my ass when he sees that. Oh my god. Oh, too funny. Too funny. All right, thanks, Retro Ralph, for sending that over. I didn't mean to interrupt your recording. That's what happens when you're friends on Facebook with other YouTubers. Same things happen to me. I'll be recording or doing video editing, and all of a sudden I'll see something like the Tech Buzz or Glenn or Cool Toy or somebody pops up, and I'll admit I've said, "God damn it." Ralph sent it to me. I added the toasty. Oh, sorry, guys. Anyway, all right. All right. Focus. All right. Thanks for tuning in to PDubs Arcade Loft. I appreciate you hanging out upstairs with us. This is an episode of the Loft Report, your number 2 source for arcade news. And we do have some very, very interesting 2020 AtGames predictions, as well as news for how AtGames is striking back and we're declaring arcade wars. That's right, everybody. When you're looking at AtGames is really, really striking back, trying to become a top competitor in the in-home, cost-effective arcade market. Arcade 1UP had 12 months of dominance from October of 2018 to October of 2019, put their stake in the ground. They said, hey, this is our business. We definitely want to be the best of the best. And then now they have AtGames came out in October 2019. You have Toy Shock came out in December 2019. And we have even more guys coming out next year. So Arcade 1UP, we don't know if they're going to be circling the wagons. We definitely want to see what they have coming out at CES. And you know, AtGames and Toy Shock, II Arcade, Stern, and multiple others are going to be getting into the in-home market space. Arcade 1UP created the market, created the appetite for it, and now everyone else wants to get a piece of that pie. Alright guys, so how is AtGames striking back? Well, for instance, 2019 was a very interesting year for AtGames, where Walgreens as well as Bandai Namco filed lawsuits against them for breach of contracts. Now, when you look at Walgreens, the Walgreens lawsuit said that AtGames owed them $1.62 million for unsold products that it returned. Walgreens claims that it had returned 66,500 units of AtGames products that were priced anywhere between $15 and $38, but AtGames refused to make a payment for these unsold products. As a result, Walgreens claims it was owed nearly $1.62 million from the company. Now, in all honesty, guys, you know, for instance, like Walmart buys Arcade 1UP machines. They buy them in bulk. Last time I checked, they don't return them to Arcade 1UP if they don't sell. What do, guys? They liquidate them. They put them on a clearance price. They get what cash they can out of the purchase, but they don't return them demanding a refund. And Walgreens put this on AtGames, and as of a very, very short time ago, guys, this lawsuit was dismissed. That's right. AtGames wins the lawsuit. Walgreens is now a thing of the past. So, when it comes to Bandai Namco, and this is a great article. I'm going to post a link in the video description below if you guys want to read up on this. So, basically, in a nutshell, I mean, if we just kind of get to the bottom, is that Bandai Namco thought that they were going to have to pay royalties to the third-party GCC. And in order to remove GCC, AtGames acquired their rights to Miss Pac-Man this past August. Now, when AtGames purchased the rights to Miss Pac-Man, Bandai Namco obviously got upset. It then filed a lawsuit against AtGames seeking a temporary restraining order, and that restraining order has been denied. That's right. Bandai's request for a preliminary injunction is denied because the courts looked at their claims against AtGames, and their claims are questionable at best. It's okay to share this information because this is public information. This is out there. You can Google this, and it is so ordered. I love this. This is literally what the judge wrote. Bandai's allegations of harm fall between speculative and fanciful. This judge wrote fanciful. All right, guys, so what does this mean? So what it means is Walgreens, AtGames, it's a thing of the past. What does it mean for AtGames and Bandai Namco? Dust is settled. It's now a thing of the past. They left it in 2019. They left it in the last decade. The new decade is now 2020. And 2020 is starting off with a sold-out Legends Ultimate Home arcade cabinet. That's right. You can't get it at Sam's Club anymore. It's completely gone. You might be able, the supplies are completely exhausted. You might not be able to get your hands on one until March, April of 2020 because of Chinese New Year and things of that nature. It's going to take a while for these stocks to be replenished. And on top of that, if you do find one at Walmart is $100 more, and you don't get the bundle. You don't get the 3 months of free ArcadeNet. You don't get the extra blast dongle. The machine also is sized a little bit differently because it had to fit within Walmart's shelving and packaging parameters. And those are eventually all be gone as well. So AtGames ends 2019 by delivering an awesome, kick-ass in-home arcade product that damn near does everything. It's sold out. They're ready to push forward into 2020, and they've also gotten rid of the nostalgia of delivering bad products, because guess what, guys? I don't even care anymore about those flashback blasts or any of those old consoles that they did when they first started. All I look at is what is their product today, the Legends Ultimate Arcade Machine, and it is awesome. If you get your hands on one and play it, you will agree with me. And then on top of that, they've gotten rid of all the bad press from Bandai and Walgreens. So it's goodbye, see ya. That was last decade. Now we're in the roaring 20s, and we have a sold-out product. And not only that, they are looking to support their product moving forward. That's right. They sent out a public relations announcement. I'll leave a link to this article as well from the Armchair Arcade. But basically, they sent out their press release announcing their ArcadeNet service to the world. Now, there's been a lot of speculation and rumors saying, hey, you know what? They've released this product, but they're going to probably get rid of ArcadeNet, or they're going to get rid of the BYOG where you pay $1 an hour for the service. Well, guess what, guys? When I saw this press release, I immediately knew what that meant. ArcadeNet and the BYOG features are not going anywhere. AtGames is here to stay. They're here to play, and they are going to definitely be pushing these services to the community. They've sent out a press release saying, hey, ArcadeNet, it gives you games on demand for streaming, download, and purchasing. As of today, though, you can still just stream the games. But they sent out the press release, which tells me very early here in 2020, we'll now be able to purchase ArcadeNet games if you want, because some people don't know how to make ROMs. And then also, you can purchase and download them right onto your own arcade machine. They'll be stored in the local storage. So if you did end up canceling your ArcadeNet service in the future, any of the games you've purchased you get to keep, because they will be stored locally on the machine or on your USB flash drive. So they are definitely, ArcadeNet's not going anywhere, guys. As long as they keep increasing the server power and making sure us gamers have a great experience, and as long as they give us better games that we could possibly consider purchasing, it could end up being very success. They need that revenue, guys. They're not going to be releasing 20 different cabinets. Think about it. How are they going to generate revenue? Well, this is one of the ways they're going to generate revenue to stay in business, is they are going to support and pump investments into ArcadeNet and BYOG. ArcadeNet, it's just like Xbox Live or PlayStation where you're playing with your friends. It's fantastic. I love it personally. I think it's great. We just got to get some better games on there. That's all. So AtGames is ready, man. They are ready to go to war. And what's great about competition is competition makes everybody better. Arcade 1-Up is going to improve their products and the technology behind their products and hopefully their customer service. And then AtGames, of course, is going to do what they can to 1-up them. As you can see by their recent advertisements, we definitely 1-up the competition. You know who they were speaking to. And I think they're going to be speaking to everybody at CES in 2020. Now, AtGames does not have a booth or display area set up at CES next week. They did the same thing last year where they had kind of like a private suite, a special invite only, come check out this Legends Ultimate machine and all that kind of stuff. Looks like they're doing the same thing again this year. A lot of folks have been invited. Some of your favorite content creators and media have all been invited to come check out what's going on in their suite. And if you if you listened to episode 1 of the LOFT Report podcast, I gave my predictions for AtGames in 2020 at CES. And I predicted that we are going to see a new machine from them at CES. It's called CES Showstoppers. It's at the Wynn. It's off-site. It's not at the convention center. It's a separate suite where they are going to be showing off something to everybody. And a lot of people are speculating, what is it? What is it? If you listen to my podcast, I'll leave a link below for the podcast. I gave all my predictions for AtGames, Arcade 1-Up, and Toy Shock. And I predicted for AtGames that we would see a new machine at CES next week. But the question is what is it? What's it going to be? I predicted no pinball machine. I know a lot of folks want to see more and more pinball machines. We know Toy Shock is going to show off new pinball machines. We know Arcade 1-Up is going to be showing off their first pinball machine. AtGames is not going to be showing off a pinball machine at CES. I think it's something that they got cooking, but it's not ready for release. So that means we might see a Wave 2 Legends Ultimate, or maybe a different kind of arcade machine, whether it's a cocktail table, a bar top, a wall machine, or who knows, maybe a refrigerator that opens up and Dig Dug pops out. You never know, right? So I'm very excited because I love seeing the competition. It's going to make AtGames better. It's going to make Arcade 1-Up better. And you know who gets to benefit from that? Us. That's right, guys. Us. We're going to get some pretty awesome, kick-ass in-home arcade products for cost-effective prices starting here in 2020, because everyone is going to be stepping up their game next year. You got all kinds of new players entering the market, such as II Arcade and others. So there you have it. I hope these predictions, as well as this information, helped inform you a little bit more about AtGames. Definitely looking forward to dropping the arcade news on you next week. I will be at CES, and I'm sure a lot of other folks will be as well. So we're definitely going to be blowing up your news feeds next week, letting you know everything that we find out. Do us a favor, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We definitely want to see this grow, as well as check out the links below. The podcast is available on Spotify, on Pocket Cast, on Google Podcasts, on Anchor FM. I'll post the link below. You definitely want to follow the podcast on your favorite listening device. Gives you some great stuff to listen to on your commutes to and from work. There you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Can't wait to see what 2020 has in store for all of us, as well as these great arcade companies. Have a great day.